And we are back, folks, for another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense with the man himself. He got a fan. Look, we got to get T-shirts made, Vance. We got to get T-shirts made for you. I had people coming up to me all week talking about, let me in, let me in.
Hey, you were laughing at this when I was at Louisville. My players, they made a shirt and try to put my picture on it about get on the train. I got to pull that thing out when I get a chance and show it to you. When we do our next thing live, I'm gonna go find that T-shirt
See,
for you.
you think I'm playing. I'm not playing. So my mother-in-law, I've been thinking about this, man. People's like, well, why don't y'all make up like T-shirts? Why don't y'all make up like different stuff for the site, for the Michigan Insider, for all the things you do? My mother-in-law has a business, right? So she actually does embroidery and all that stuff. So we gonna get some merchandise together, and will you just tell me what your slogans are? We could do let's ride, we could do let me in, we could do get on the train. Bash. I mean, you gotta kind of prioritize which ones you want, and then we'll put them out to the people, see what they want to buy, man. See what they want to put in
Okay,
their hand.
we could do that. We can definitely do that.
So, folks, but why are we here? We are here to break down the film like we do every single week on the Michigan Football Film Study, focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. As I always say on the film studies, we do not own the footage that we use in these film studies. Because the footage does not belong to us, we do not monetize it in any way. We don't get advertising, we don't do any sponsorships. No money whatsoever. We do it strictly for the education, the entertainment, and the edification of you, the viewer. But you can help fund this film study. You can help fund the effort, right, that we put in. You can show love by going to this link right here in the comment section. It's pinned right to the top. You click it, it goes to the PayPal page that funds the Vance Bedford Defensive Film Study. It's also available in the description. You can click that link. You can show your love that way. That way you keep us going and growing, and you keep us breaking down film like this, which I was watching the game, Vance, watching the first quarter, and I could only imagine what I can see it on your face. That look on your face is what I was saying. So when I texted you, I knew what I was gonna get back. I knew what I was gonna get back.
I didn't think they practiced that week. I think the whole week they said, "Oh, we're just gonna show up and play." Because that first quarter, if it was not for penalties, could have been 21-7. I'm like, what are they doing? We got a new defensive end. Number 55 didn't show up, so the guys who took his spot, they're going the wrong way. I had no idea what was going on. I'm glad I had this plastic football. I was throwing up my TV. I was so mad.
So not me making excuses, but it's talking about what you mentioned about players being in and out. So Mason Graham out with his injury. Jim said after the game that he is going to be out at least one more week. What I imagine that has to do with is if this whatever the wound, if it heals, then they'll just club it up and he'll be back out there, right? So, but he's out, and then Will and Rod, they're back in. This is their first start, both of them of the season, and so you can see some rust out there. I'm not using that as an excuse. I know you
Yes,
hate
you are.
excuses,
Yes, you are.
but just pointing it out.
Yeah, you did a wonderful job. You really did. That's an excuse. It's like Lloyd Carr used to say when I was coaching there. He said the expectations for the position, they let it down. I'm just being honest. In the first quarter, the expectation was not there. It's like they had no idea what they were doing. They looked confused at times. I don't know if they were getting the calls in late or playing two positions. I have no idea what was going on.
Well, we are going to break it down as we get to the first. As we get to the first one, it was who would have? No one would have predicted that Rutgers would have scored their first touchdown in this fashion, but they did. They got a 69-yard, I think, touchdown on a slant. And so what you saw on this play. And by the way, Mikey said it was on him.
Yeah, okay. Well, one guy didn't make a mistake. We're going to highlight about three guys on this particular play, the Mike being one of them. So this is even Will, one dog. Again, going back to last week, what even is that the two down guys inside, they play three techniques. Okay. So it enables the two linebackers to walk up. So if you look at this picture right here, that quarterback is seeing what? He's seeing blitz. So on his mind, I got to get rid of this football. It's 3rd down and 4, so you got to expect quick game. In other words, the ball's out quick because of pressure. So they go on max protect as most as they can. So to them, it's like we can pick up anything they have right now. Okay, I'm blocking man on the back, steps up. He's going to block the blitzer that comes to his side. So the quarterback should think we got max protect. I got 6 guys to block 6. I should have time to get this ball out. Normally on 3rd down and 4, most routes going to be somewhere between 4 and 6 yards deep. So in this particular play, to the field, we're getting 3 slants. You can see that 1, 2, and 3 doing slants. The guy to the boundary doing an outcut. So the quarterback looking right now, he can see you should always throw to the off guy. So the DB on the slot is playing off. That's where the ball should always go, because 1, 2, 3, bang, go to football. That's our quarterback coaches teach it right now. So again, we highlight that guy. That's who's getting the ball. So you want to watch him in this particular play. And we're going to run it back 3 or 4 times so you can see that. Now, to the defense right now, you can see the down line guys. They're really hitting their gaps. The defensive tackle to the boundary, he's in a 3 technique. He's going into the A gap. The backer to his side is going to loop around. He's going second. So in other words, we have a twist on. Trying to attack protections. That's all it is. Trying to attack protections. Now, here we go. We are man-to-man across the board. The defensive end to the field. Last year, he did a great job. He's dropping straight back, trying to take the slants away. Okay? He's trying to get in the window. But since the quarterback had some time, the slant just kept going and became wide open. Now, I'm going to talk about little Mike. Little Mike, in this situation, he should be sitting on that route. And I call it a catch technique. In other words, he's going to sit right there. He's going to absorb the route. It's like taking a charge in basketball. I'm going to absorb that route because I got help in the post. Okay. So now you can see my highlights. Okay. The safety to the boundary going through the post. He's going to slip, miss tackle. The defensive end is highlighted. He's supposed to be in the slant window. Not in the slant window. He's too wide. And little Mike, he slips, because he should have been absorbing the route, not backpedaling at all. And therefore, this is going to go for 69 yards and a touchdown. What happens here? I mean, we're getting some good pressure, but the ball's out fast, so the pressure should not get there. Here we go. Great job. You can see the guys moving around. You can see the blitz right here. And again, backside safety missed the tackle. Little Mike feet, he gets too wide. He slips. Touchdown. And they up celebrating. And remember last week I was talking about guys getting behind us, right, Sam?
You were
talked about that last week. Well, we saw some of it this week too. I mean, so I have some concerns right now for our back end. We need to step it up. We can't live off what we did a year ago. So here we go again. We highlighting the receiver, running the slant. You can see the stunt was happening right now. They did a great job picking it up, but the ball's out quick. But this time I want to focus on the defensive end. Everybody focus on the defensive end. And when the ball's thrown, let's see where he is. Okay, here we go, Sam. Let's let it run one more time. He did not get in the window where he needs to be to take away this throw. Again, see him dropping? He's too wide. He's too wide. So therefore, it's a double slant. And the ball gets inside of him. See, that nickel back, little Mike, is counting on him to be in that window because it's a double slant. And again, as I said earlier, you throw the slant to the guy that's playing off technique, because now there's some room, the quarterback can see that. And so they Mike, play, there should have been a no play. So it should have been a 10-yard game, but we had a missed tackle by a safety who's a little rusty, as you keep telling me.
So look, I want to pay attention to the assignment. You said your defensive end didn't get in the window. We know he you know, as a dropper, he remember that pass he tipped in the Ohio State game.
Yes, he did it last year. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, so he's done it before. I mean, again, but it's a double slant. And I'd take away the first slant first, and then the next slant outside. But the quarterback had time, so the ball kept going inside. But now I want to focus on little Mike on this particular play. Okay, let's watch Mike's feet. He slips. His feet gets too wide, and that's why he slips. He's in great position right now. Okay, so he's guessing. See how he jump outside? He's already got a leverage. sit on the route right now, absorb the route. It's going to make the route go flatter. So now he gets help from the defensive end. So there are a lot of minor details that we missed, but those minor details led to a major problem. And that's a 69-yard touchdown.
Right, and I think the coaching point on Rod is really he just his first series back, no excuse. But
You make him one.
I'm pointing on what you said. The last couple episodes, you said those guys are gonna come back rusty.
Yep.
They're gonna come back rusty. Rod don't overrun plays.
Yeah.
He don't overrun plays. He overran.
He just did
out.
though. Sam,
Right.
he just did. He just overran one. So we call that guy the insurance man. He's back there for a reason. He has to make those plays. When he don't make those plays, it leads to touchdown. That's why he's the insurance man. That time, for some reason, I guess that we forgot to pay our bill, so therefore insurance man didn't show up. We got a new guy knocking on the door trying to sell me insurance. It's just that simple. This month, I'm not paying my bill. I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to let it slide. So if I go to the hospital, I'm in trouble.
He had a late payment this month, Vance.
He had a no payment. That's called a no payment right there. It's just that simple.
All right, let's get to the next one on the list. There were a lot of plays in the first quarter of this game that you broke down, Vance. It was
total confusion. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We talked about this in game 1 by number 5, the defensive end. Okay. One of my defensive line coaches to tell me this: slow till you know. In other words, take care of your responsibility first. And once you do that, then I can fall back and make a play. So number 5 right now is in a 5 technique. That means he is C gap. So you stay there. Once the ball declares, I can fall back late and make the play for maybe a 1-yard gain. But what he did, he didn't go slow till you know. He went, I'm going to make me a play. And this ball came out the back end. And number 2, I don't know where he going, Sam. It's called cracking in place. He missed how many games so far, Sam?
He played a little bit in the UNLV game. So basically,
he played how much? How much did he play, Sam?
He played a little bit, about 7, 8.
He played. You said you were right. He played a little. That's exactly right. So right now, guess how much he's playing right now? A little. The receiver went so flat, he should have known it was a crack. Come off and make the play. But it starts with the defensive end, number 5. He got greedy. I'm going to make my play, get in the stat sheet. He did for a missed assignment. Stay your butt outside, turn that ball back. Because the safety's sitting right there, it's a no play. If number 5 stays outside, it's a no play. It's a tackle for a 1-yard gain. But no, he's going to say, I'm going to make this play. And he didn't. He didn't. Now, I think this particular play might have gotten called back because of a hold. But the penalties in the first quarter is the reason why they only had 7 points. It might have had 14 to 21 points. It wasn't for the penalties that they had in this ball game.
Yeah, the left tackle there did kind of yank the fella, yank Josiah Stewart as he tried to get back outside there.
Wait a minute. Why is he in there in the first place?
I hear you, coach.
Don't give me. He shouldn't be in the first. Just do your job. That safety sitting right there to make that play. Look at the safety. He's sitting right there to make the play. Just do your job. Do your job as a 1-yard gain. Now, they call holding. So he get off. He gets off on his play in his meeting, but I could promise his coach saying, son, you can't continue to do these things. We talked about this in game 1, you did that. Just do your job. And like my D-line coach used to say, slow till you know. In other words, take care of you. We had this before. Now, your house burning up, my house burning up. So why in the heck I'm going to leave my house to product your fire and my house is burning down? I'm not doing that. I am not. No. Unless I got an insurance scam on. I didn't pay, but I got to make sure I pay my insurance. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. I don't want to get it. I'm just saying, Sam. I'm just saying. That's all, man.
All right. Oh, to the next one. Yeah, it was. They had to get back on track. Clearly.
Yeah. Here we go again. Over 6. We got a bust by the front, like the man say, again. So right now, this is nothing but lead zone. Is what this actually going to be. This play. Okay. So what's happening? You can see they running in zones. Can they doubling? The tight end is going to come back inside the block to backer. So this is just a base lead play. That's all it is. We're doubling and climbing. The backer looking for a crease from A to B gap to hit a hole. That's all they're trying to do. Okay, so now this play, ball should never, ever get outside like it did right here. Okay, the receivers are blocking man on. So they just start blocking. So we running cover 6 on defense. This is over cover 6. Those gap sound, everybody has a gap. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming back around. I hit the button too quick.
You're good. So now to the top, that corner is a cloud corner. In other words, he is forced. He's a flat defender. Okay. The safety to his side is a half field guy. The linebacker to that side is a curl guy. The next linebacker is, I call it 3 hook. He's going to 3 strong. The safety to the field is playing a 4th. The corner's playing a 4th. The nickel back's playing quarter flat technique. Now, leave it right there for me, Sam. The front, all they doing, you just stay in your gap. See the defensive end at the top on the hash? Right now, technically, he's a C gap player. The next guy's a 3 technique. He's a B gap player. The next guy's a nose. He's an A gap player. And here we are, my man, number 5 again. You know what gap he got? Sam, he a B gap player. You know what that means, right? See, between the center and guard is kind of A gap. The next is a B gap. The C gap is out here on air. So he's a C gap player, Sam. So what gap he has again, Sam?
You said he got a C gap.
C gap right there. You know, he's outside. I'm sorry, A, yeah. He's on the outside. You see that, right? He in his gap right now. Sam, you feel me?
I'm with you, coach.
Gap right now. So let's let this play run. We got some highlights coming up here to watch some confusion again. Oh, yeah, they're my highlights. I know I had them coming, Sam. So I'm talking to highlight the defensive end first. You won't believe in the wrong gap unless they had a call on. And you know why I got the linebacker highlighter, Sam? You see how far over he is? Mm-hmm. So he's way over. He's almost on the center. That means he can't get back over here, so they can't have a stunt on him. Now, for the nickel and for the safety, they're run support based on the number 2 blocks. But they counting on the defensive end who's also highlighted to turn that ball back. Okay, you see what I'm talking about here, Sam? Mm-hmm. So everybody see the highlight of the middle linebacker? See how far over he is? That means he cannot have a gap over here to his right. He's too far inside. So here we go. Let's let it run.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. We're in the first quarter. 11-19, Sam. Come on now. This just a lead zone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Sam, why is he in the big gap? Did he have a slut on? I don't know. I'm not in the meeting. I don't have a call sheet. I have none of that. But again, why is the defensive end in the big gap with the linebacker placed that far over? Because if you're playing quarters, this safety can't pull the trigger until the receiver blocks. The nickelback, based on how they play, he can pull the trigger fast, but not that fast and make it for a minimal gain. So we have some issues with the nickel, the safety, and the defensive end and the linebacker. Now, I have no idea what they're talking about in their meetings, how they supposed to align to this, how they're going to stop this particular play. Because see the corner at the top, a cloud corner, he's run support. If the ball goes outside, which it can't, because look where the back is, Sam. We talked about this last week. This ball's supposed to be inside. It's not supposed to come out the back door. But my defensive end is where?
In the B gap.
Inside. So who are you sending the ball to? If the backers plus way over there, the backer should be over here if they got a stunt on. Otherwise, they are short. They don't have enough guys, Sam. So something is wrong with that picture. Either the call is coming in wrong or they're just teaching a little differently from what I've been around for the last 35 years. Which, you know what? There's new ways to teach football. The defensive end can spill it to nobody because the backers line up in the A gap. And they got a block on the nickel back, and the safety can't get there unless it's a 5-yard gain. So you know what, Sam? Maybe it's some different teaching that I'm not familiar with. I don't have the video that they have, but I know one thing. When I play Penn State and Ohio State, who's pretty good offensively, and you do that like that, Sam, it's going to be a 60-yard touchdown. I can promise you that. Now, Minnesota, they're not very good right now.
Right.
I mean, so they're going to show up and just play hard and beat Minnesota. Okay. Who we got next week?
Nebraska.
Nebraska? They just awful. They don't even have a quarterback. I might as well put my uniform back on. That guy is terrible. I saw him against CU. He turned the ball over 3 times by himself. So again, they're gonna beat them two teams. You know why? Because they bad. I'm just being honest right now. I mean, but now when we talk about Penn State, boy, they can put some points. That's Iowa who play pretty good defense. Okay. And I watched Ohio State just hit Notre Dame in the mouth. Now they should have lost that game, but they hit Notre Dame in the mouth. So I always talk about the future, don't I, Sam? About teams that can give us problems. And right now, we do what we did in this ball game in the first quarter. They got 21 points. They're not gonna have penalties. They're gonna be 21-0 before we can blink an eye. And we still got a few more plays in the first quarter, Sam.
That we do. That we do. And this is I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure what the conversation is like this week in practice. Like, we got to clean this up. And they cleaned it up in the game. So let's remember that. They did clean it up in the game.
We got better as the second quarter, third quarter got better as it went on. It really did. And this is okay. We've been running Sam 3. I got to go back all the way from 2 years ago. Okay. When Mike was calling defense was now with the Ravens. They ran Sam 3. Jesse comes in here. He runs Sam 3. So I don't know how you can even have a bust on Sam 3. Because they've been the first couple of ball games, I bet you they ran that maybe 12 to 15 times, right? What do you think? We talk about it every single week. So how can you bust? Okay, the nickel back saying nickel right. He's to the field. So that means the whole front got an angle away from him. Okay, angle. I'm going away from him. The whole front. So, Sam, like I said, I don't know if he flunked the test. I don't know if his girlfriend quit him. I don't know if he had a test coming up. He was up to 3 o'clock in the morning trying to study, but he certainly forgot his assignments on this play here on Sam cover 3. He should do this if he had a concussion. I'm just saying. He don't even know his own name, but they say Sam 3. Oh, nickel right. I'm making him to the left.
Hey, man, Vance, dudes didn't make mistakes just because they ain't want to face you in the meeting, man.
Ooh,
the meeting must have been hell.
Sam, they really did. They know I was coming in there crazy. I would go into a closet, Sam, punch myself in the stomach 3 or 4 times so I could come out there be pissed off and knock the wind out myself. I'd be huffing and puffing, tears coming out of my eyes. I'm like, oh, coach, he crazy. He didn't take his medicine today. he didn't take his medicine today. He coming here stone cold fool.
Hey, because right now, we in the meeting room. I hope you folks understand. We are in the meeting room with Vance Bedford. And players, if you watching this, parents, if you watching this, we are in the meeting room right now. Understand that. That's what this is.
Hey, Sam. People think, but coach just playing. This is how I actually coach.
Yeah,
I really did. They knew. Even when I was in the league, I used to tell guys. I had a meeting one time, Sam, and everybody said, "I got it, coach." I said, "Let me tell you something. Old Coach Bedford done went in the closet. Don't let that fool see the one in the closet is the fool. Don't let that fool come out the closet. Oh, coach, we got it. Sam, we going on the football field. And they blew the defense. I went stone cold crazy. They said, "Coach, we got it from now. We understand." After that, I had no more problems. That was in the National Football League. So I give everybody one chance. That's all you need. After that, they understand. So right now, for my man playing tackle, we've been running rock forever. For Sam, and he does that in a meeting. I just got to ask him, "Sam, you had a concussion or something? Your girlfriend quit?" I mean, let me know so we, if something happened at home, I need to call your mom, your dad, or just let me know if you need some help.
So hey, so watch number 99 on the play and watch him after the play. It is a sure sign that what Vance is calling out on this play, he realizes it in the moment. You can see it in his reaction. I don't even know.
Sam,
did you notice that live, Vance?
Sam, I told you now, I like great Gatorade. I do. He's standing next to me the next game drinking the great Gatorade with me because he's not out there if he can't run this. I'm like, "You must really like great Gatorade because you stand right next to me."
That's what he's supposed to do. Let's show him again, Vance, what he's supposed to do.
See where he's supposed to be angling, going right through the center. Everybody see where he's supposed to be going. That's where the ball is going to hit, where he's supposed to be going. But look, he's going to loop outside. He got a concussion. He's going to look at that. He in the wrong gap. Where the ball going? He'd have had a sack, Sam.
Look at his reaction.
Yeah. That should have been a sack. Instead, he in the wrong gap. You know what I thought he saw? Look at He saw a biscuit with syrup. He was going to get something to eat. That's what he was doing, Sam, right there. He said, nah, I'm not on the sideline. I'm in the game. Oh, let me get back in there. Hit himself on the head. Son, they fed you before the game started.
Coach, Coach, my bad. I got it. I
My
made the
bad.
mistake, Coach.
Okay, my
I know
bad
I
on the
made the
sideline.
mistake. You
Hey,
see
Sam,
him?
my bad put you on the sideline. I'm just telling you. My
That's
bad.
what he did. I got my bad, Coach.
Yeah, okay, my bad. You come stand next to me. I'm saying my bad too for putting you out there. That was my bad for putting you out there to play. And you know what, Sam? It was like Earl Bruce told me one time I was playing this kid. He said, Vance, why you playing this kid? I said, Coach, you're my best guy to put out there. He said, you don't like your wife. I said, what do you mean, Coach? Every time you play him, you put a for sale sign in front of your yard. I remember that statement, and that was back in 1989. I still remember that. I was just like, oh, Coach, that's not right. So every time that kid got out there, I'm thinking, that kid trying to make me move again.
Well, hey, listen, he wasn't alone on this day, Vance.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, the whole defense was trying to find its bearings
In the
early in
first
the game.
quarter, you're exactly right.
All right.
First quarter was tough.
All right, so that was the fourth play. We still in the first quarter.
Man, I just don't know what to tell you. Here you go right here. So here we go. Look at the formation we got. We got 3-by-1 the back week. Again, it's nothing but a zone. Nothing but a zone read. Now, this ball here, the quarterback ended up keeping his football. Little Mike coming off the edge. Remember I said last week we were running hip technique. So in other words, what a hip technique is that I look at the hip of the first guy named the quarterback. So if the back is away, I'm anticipating the back doing what? Coming back my way. Technically, that's his play to make it on the back. But little Mike gets there so fast that the quarterback pulls his football and comes out the back end. Okay, my question, you can say, here's a stunt right here. Again, this is Sam. So nickel right, that means the front going to angle away from him. Okay, so it's an angle front. We're going to bring him 4 guys. That's all it is. Bring him 4 guys. We can play cover 3 behind him. So now we're going to go to the coverage right quick. Mm-hmm. You're going to see the guy on the line of scrimmage is a flat defender. The corner's deep third. Both linebackers are hook curl, which makes them drop to the hash. The guy's already in the post. Little Mike's blitzing off the edge. Next guy's curl flat, then deep outside third. So we're 3 deep, 4 underneath, only rushing 4. My question here is this. Why is the backer close to little Mike that far over there? Because right now, I'm going to use the term, I'm going to play behind the slant. In other words, the angle of the front to send the ball back to the field. The angle of the front to send the ball back to the field. So if I'm that linebacker, I should be playing more to my right, anticipating the ball to come back where? To my right. There are no gaps in there for me to fill. The guy's going to fill a gap inside as a backer to the boundary. Okay? Let's let this run and see what happens on this particular play. The guy coming off the edge, he gets there so fast, the quarterback had to pull the football. In my opinion, he tackled the right guy. So I highlighted the nickel back blitzing, and I highlighted the linebacker. My biggest concern is the linebacker right here. See nickel back? Mm-hmm. He's there so fast. And again, I'm asking, why is a linebacker fitting over there? He should play behind the slant back to the field because everybody cut it back to him. See, where is he going? You see where 25 goes? He's wrong. If he comes back to his right now, play behind the slant, it's tackling practice. Because now the quarterback ducks inside of him, the other backer scot-free to make the play. See, come back to your right, come back to your right, come back to your right. Come back to your right. You see what I'm talking about? If he comes back to his right, we're in great shape. The other linebacker's wrong too. Both linebackers in this situation, when I say play behind the slant, is gap exchange. So the front is going where? Left. So both backers technically should do what? Think about the ball is coming back right, so I should step right. But they both play like the front is playing base defense. They ran downhill to their gap. They blocked themselves. Both linebackers blocked themselves. This is typical gap exchange football right now. And both linebackers are in the wrong gap. See both linebackers? I don't know where they're going. But the guy coming off the edge, I mean, he came so fast on paper. He took the right guy. He took the right guy, in my opinion. That's the hip technique. The quarterback's supposed to be going out to his right because he got there so fast, he had no choice but to come back to his left. If my linebacker to that side would have done his job, played back to the field, and then squeezed everything from outside in, he'd have been able to make that play. But he played downhill, which made him wrong.
Yeah. All right, Vance. We are still in the first quarter.
Oh my! Wow.
So
here we go. This is Bear Will 3. So Bear defense is that we got the center covered. We have both guards covered. We got a guy coming off the edge. So right now, these guys here really going to go almost like max protection, okay? You can see that. So right now, they saw a Bear front is second down and long. So right now, they are in 7-man protection. They can pick up anything, which means the quarterback will have time. That's all that means, 7-man protection. Now, all these receivers, all 3 of them, they basically going to run anywhere from 8 to 10 yards and just turn inside, running curl routes. And the quarterback is just throwing the ball on rhythm is all he is. And to me, when the quarterback looks up, he knows he's going to have time. He see all the secondary playing really deep. So let's talk about the front. So in this situation here, the backer to the boundary, he's going in a B gap. The guy in the B gap, he's going in the A gap. But the guy, there's some confusion out there because the backer wasn't sure where that 3 technique was going. So he didn't go fast. So he was a little bit late in blitzing because the 3 technique was a little bit late in going where he had to go. So it's some confusion right there. And so that in itself was an issue with the pressure. So we bring in 5 guys. So we had this conversation last year. In a zone blitz, freeze it right there if you can, Sam. In a zone blitz, they do both. They spot drop and they match. And as an old secondary coach, I wasn't smart enough to teach both. I taught one. Either I spot drop on everything or matching everything. Because we play a lot of quarters, which is a match defense. When we play cover 3, and I call this 3-5, which means 5 guys are going. That means a match. So in other words, that cornerback at the top, that's technically he's off man technique. So anytime one goes vertical, it's like playing off man, like man free. That nickel back or curl flat technique, in other words, I used to call him a seam flat. He matches on number 2 unless something takes him to the flat. The corner at the bottom, he's off man technique. The safety coming down curl flat, we call him a fire flat, seam flat, however you want to do it. He matches number 2 on the vertical. If 2 went to the flat, he takes him to the flat. And then the linebacker with the 3H, that's called 3 hook. He works to the side of number 3 and takes the first thing to that side that becomes number 3. Okay? So hopefully I took time to explain that to you. Let's let it run now, Sam. But my corner's so far off. It's the throw and catch. So I got the nickel back and the corner highlighted because both of them are off right now. Got no chance. He got no chance. I don't know if that cat was really fast. I don't know if that was Usain Bolt out there playing wide receiver. I don't know what. I don't have any idea what he was doing, Sam. I really don't. Because little Mike, you can see little Mike is holding off the curl on number 2. So the outside corner, technically he's off man. I mean, that guy got to be really fast, is all I got to say. And the ball is thrown on rhythm, so he has a chance to break on the ball. But so I don't know. And again, I don't know what they're teaching. I give you a different thought processes on how you teach that. So I have no idea what they're doing. But right now, I think he's confused. I really do. The way he played, that particular play, I think he's confused. Or either that guy's really fast. So there's nothing wrong keeping the ball inside in front of you, especially the guy fast. Don't get behind you for 6 because it's really bad.
All right. We are finally to the second quarter.
And I just wanted to highlight the 2 guys in front inside. 3rd down and 1. We're also going to push the linebacker with a blitz. But these guys, man, this is a heck of a play about a down 4. But those 2 guys inside, they've been getting doubled. Man, this is an outstanding play by those 2 guys on 3rd down and 1. I just wanted to make sure I gave those guys credit because I've been on them pretty hard so far. And they're getting double. Look at this penetration, guys. That's 3rd down and 1. That is 3rd down and 1, and those 2 guys up front with the back of blitzing did a tremendous job right here to split the double team for no gain and probably a half a yard loss. He should get a TFL for this play, tackle for loss. But that's a great job by those 2 inside guys here.
Yeah, that's Kenneth Grant and Chris Jenkins, KK.
Ooh, thank you. That's a way to go play. I mean, that's fantastic right there, guys. That is a great job. Third down and 1 to do that, that's outstanding. That is absolutely outstanding. Nice play, and that's what we expect all the time from our down guys. When we execute, we might have the best defense in the country when we execute. When we don't, we look like everybody else. We're like peanuts and candy out there sometimes. In the first quarter, that's what it looked like. Popcorn and peanuts, go buy you some. But here, this is how we should be playing right here.
All right, let's get right back to it. So we see they started to clean it up, and we started to see more big plays, more positive plays for them as they clean things up. And that takes us to the third quarter, where
Man,
you've been shouting him out since he made the move over to defense.
it
Now you
is
coach
fourth.
him, you do coach him. You'd be like, hey, you got to correct this, but
You do. This is 4th down and 2, and we got a 0 blitz. They 0 for 1, man. They 0 for 1 right now. And you look at this play. First of all, I'm going to go back to look at the depth of the back. The depth of the back. That means the depth of the back is a good chance he's not going to his left. He can go straight downhill or he can flare for a pass. So every week I'm going to talk about the depth of the back and what's going on right now. This is going to be a double screen. At the top, we got I call a jailbreak screen. It's called tunnel screen. In other words, the outside guy takes a step, comes back inside. The guy inside goes and blocks the corner. So we impress man. Okay. So you can see right now, both tackles, they deep set to influence the defensive ends to rush up the field. Okay, the left guard and the center, they're going to go out to try to build a wall to kick everybody out, and that receiver could hit back inside. Here to the right, the tight end is going to block the safety deep. The corner is blocking. And again, the right tackle, he's blocking deep. And the right guard is protected inside in case you blitzing inside. Okay, which we do have a blitz on. Okay, Sam, we're going to the D. So we are in 0 coverage. So you can see right now we're bringing the heat. Right? It's like called cat coverage. So everybody's basically hitting their gaps, as you can see it. Okay, and right now at the top, man to man, the linebacker has the back. The safety, you see his straight line, he has the quarterback. In case they're in a zone replay, they got a guy for the quarterback in case he keeps it. And we are flat man to man across the board with no help inside. Okay, so we got an all-out blitz. We man to man with a guy sitting on the quarterback. So right now we are gap sound. We have a guy on the quarterback. This play right here, this is the defensive. Little Mike is a man to man. Okay, when I saw this play, I said they got to be. He never hits the ground. This got to be the play of the year. This should be ESPN highlight right now. There's interception. Interception, never hits the ground and takes it back. But when I first saw this on a television copy, I said, they must have banjoed this. In other words, 2 on 2. But they didn't. Little Mike came off his guy. He saw what was going on and reacted and made a great play. I mean, this is something that on paper, you don't teach this. This is the guy instinctively who made a great play. You let great players go make plays. He saw something. He felt something. He went to make the play. If I'm just coaching, I'm like, you got to stay on your guy because next thing going to come up is a screen and go. Look, see that, Mike? Oh, that's a great play. And stayed up. He thought he was a receiver again. That's what he thought. Man, that's fantastic right there. To me, that is the defensive play of the year so far in all of college football. In all of college football.
All right, all right. We got
That's
one
what.
more to
That's why
get
when he
to.
slipped in the first quarter, he tried to get that back. But Mike,
But you know
you
what?
get no credit for that. No. I'm not giving you that.
That's what he said, Vance. He said, "Hey, I gave up one. I'm gonna go get it back, coach." And he
Uh,
actually got it back.
okay, you know what they say? A blind squirrel can find the nut. No, he can't. He can't because he can't see it. They say he can smell it. He might be smelling the wrong thing. He might be smelling a hawk, and all of a sudden he is lunch. So no, I'm not giving the man no credit.
But best player in college football so far.
Best
On
play in
defense.
college football. He finally made a play that. Okay,
All
now
right.
we're in the fourth quarter. Okay, we got us a third down and 9. So we know a lot of times in that situation, we pressure a lot in those particular situations. This has been a call we running all game. Oh, that's a great job. Great pass rush, outstanding coverage. And this is Michigan defense right here. This is Michigan defense. Execution, great effort, guys flying around. I mean, look at that. How many guys we got free to the quarterback? 3.
Mm.
And a hit on the quarterback. That's how we should be playing. And then great coverage in the back end. Look at that. No interference, offhand, left hand out on his back, then grab jersey. Outstanding job right there, guys. 0 blitz. That's an outstanding job. And that's what we were good at. We flat out man to man. 0 coverage, bringing the heat. Had to make sure we had to get a good look at that to see what Michigan should look like every single snap.
Well, so this was a I mean, every game you teaching, but this one had a lot of tape to teach off of.
Whew, that,
Man.
that first quarter had a lot of tape. After the first quarter, we they made some corrections on the sideline, calm the guys down, say, wait a minute, man, where's your head at? We playing a football team out here. We playing a game out here. Let's get it going. And I think they got things cleaned up, and like they kind of simplified things, took a few calls out so the guys can play fast. Sometimes you got to be uh, think about what the players are going through, and sometimes you take things out so they can play fast, and for coaches not to show how smart they are. So I think they got that cleaned up, and we start seeing Michigan defense again.
Yeah, I have this saying. I've never coached, but as I watch coaches, a lot of them who are they love their scheme and they X's and O's, and I said, coach your team, not your scheme. Coach your team, not your scheme. You got to know what your team can do. And on this day, what could your team do, Vance? So coach your team, not your scheme, right?
Exactly. In the first quarter, I think we had too much. I was one of those guys that I got to a point. You want to put in something? What are we taking out? Because
Hmm.
they don't execute it in practice. It wasn't a call on the game. And most of the good defensive coordinators I've been around were the same way. If they didn't get it executed in practice, they didn't call it in the game. Because if it's not working against the scout team, you think it's going to work against their starters? Of course not.
But these guys, they coached their team because they whatever was going on, they fixed it, got it together. And whether that was taking something out or what, they said what needed to be said and push what needed to be pushed to get the guys back on track. And they again had another 31 to it was 31-6 versus Bowling Green, 31-7 versus Rutgers. So now you see how those corrections go against Nebraska this week, right?
42-7.
42-7.
That quarterback is terrible. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. We just got to stop him from running the football. Because him throwing the football, he's going to throw it to us.
Don't you guys like this honesty? If you like this honesty, you can show your love to the film studies with Vance Bedford by clicking that link right here at the bottom in the description or at the top of the comment section. It takes you to the PayPal page where we fund the film studies. Why do we have that? Because we don't own the footage. And because we don't own the footage, we do not monetize it in any way. No advertisement, no sponsorship, nothing. We use it strictly for the entertainment, education, edification of you, the viewer. And as you show love, that shows us your appreciation. We keep doing what we do, giving you more Vans, right? Giving you more Vans all the time. That's what we look to do. So we got to get ready and get prepared for the live. Be sure to check that out and check out all of the programs we have coming, whether it's the film study with Devin and Al. Those go up on Wednesday as well, along with Vance's. And then, of course, we have the new show, Dropping Dimes, Steady Dropping Dimes with Devin Gardner and Daniel Horton, where we talk all sports, NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball, you name it. Recruiting Insider coming back this week as well, so be on the lookout for that. Until the next time, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan Football Film Study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford.
Go blue.